Hi guys, Shauna with Infinity Readings here. Now, I'm going to get in here. Again, I want to do a shout out to my friend Laurie. She makes this awesome jewelry. And I'll have the link to her website below. Or not a website, but Facebook page where she displays all her jewelry. She's got like different colors, gold, silver. And she's got this funky new age kind of look that's going on. I just saw today her post something. She's always coming up with new stuff, new designs. This is just one element. I said, go nuts, do whatever. And she gave me this water sign. So she said it reminded me of water, or these beads reminded her of water. So that was cool. She did the earrings too. She does a whole bunch of stuff. So check her out. She's from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So if you're looking for some, you want to order online, but you don't know if there's quality stuff, well, this I can guarantee. You come back and beat me with a stick if it doesn't come back to you. Anyway, so yeah, I want to shout out to her. Her business is called ESYFLORESY. I'm saying that Canadian-ish, but it is a Polish name. And again, I'll post her info below, like her Facebook page and whatnot. And then you can get a hold of her and ask her any questions about shipping, whatever you want, that kind of thing. Prices are super reasonable, so go check it out. It's well worth it. Okay, so I'm behind here today. I had a lot of stuff to do, and I'm revved right up, so hopefully my energy doesn't go too nuts here. But we're on to Leo female, so I'm going to get right into it. Yeah, okay, I got to slow down. So the Leo female, okay, I have 4 different decks that I go from. They're all tarot based, right? 2 tarot decks and love and romance, and then a sex deck. So I'm going light with, I didn't get too many raunchy sex decks. I haven't found yet a good one, but this one is about as good as it gets. Like, it's pretty, it's revealing without giving you too much. There. Okay. So, Leo female, this is your forecast for the summer, love, sex, and romance. So I'm just going to unveil whatever we're going to unveil here. The idea is to get you closer to where you need to be and give you all of the information without the rose-colored glasses, right? We want to see everything clearly. So that's what we're dipping into, okay? Excuse me if my throat goes nuts, my nose, all of that. I know I'm not politically correct or polite with my videos here, but you got to scratch, and I feel like when the energy's coming through, it's like you get little things and your nose goes nuts. So sorry. I'm not a person that is touching my face constantly. So the first card, peace. Okie dokie, here we go. Okay, where do I sit? Okay, to get my angle back here. So, peace, why is this, all this camera angle's off? Hold on here, guys. So, sorry. There, my angle's off a bit. I'm like, why can't I fit that in? Okay. Come on. What is that? Okay, there we go. Right here. Okay. Peace. This is what is the overall energy that is coming up for the, how do you say, for the Leo woman. This is the overall, what they're carrying. I feel like they're, honestly, I feel like the Leo female is carrying a better sense of peace within themselves. So they may be adapting their home life so that they get this peace, right? And the next card I get is redemption. Redemption is about strictly that. I mean, why use another word, right? So we may have, right, this peace has come from something we've done to redeem our own self-worth. I feel like we may have not, what's the word, pinpointed our own value here. And now suddenly we're seeing it, right, without everybody else's, I I feel like the Leo female has been tugged in all directions. And finally, she's going, you know what? I need time for myself. This is creating a sense of peace. And then within her now, there's a redemption coming for her energy. There's a, it's kind of not the word how I want to say it, but there's an energy coming that she feels redeemed through all of this. Okay. That's the overall sense I'm getting. And then we have creation now with this break that and I feel like she's just stressed out. She's seeing it from her own point of view here, that she's stressed out. And creativity comes from her or creation. Yeah. From having this break in herself, looking at herself properly and saying, you know what, I'm giving too much energy outward. She's feeling redeemed from the inside, and now she's going to be creative and going outward with it. And not only that, using it to apply to her life. She's going to be more creative. She has more time to be creative in her own life, where she didn't have time before. I feel like there's very much a boundary here set down, if not just internally, externally as well, but a boundary laid no less with her time and the barriers there within. So that is the overall vague energies, okay? And as we go deeper, we get into more love, romance, sex, all that. Okay, so the first set of tarot cards I start with is the Eight of Swords, and here we go, right? This is part of the energy of how she's redeemed herself. The Eight of Swords is about a prison that we encapsulate ourselves with, right? So she's bound herself, because, I mean, if we look how she's done up here, she quite easily could walk away. She just feels like she can't, right? And I feel like the Leo female is kind of put too many limits on herself, or other people have put limits on herself, but she has bound herself to that. So she, it comes to the Leo woman, she'll say, yeah, I can handle it. And then she's bound by all these things, right? So now she's starting to say no. This is what I'm getting a sense of. Okay. The next card we get is the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is about the energy of, you know what? I don't need to. I don't have to. This is kind of the refusal of all these things coming at her. Now, Four of Cups is usually about love. And this may be one of the directions that she's actually having to ward off as well to get a break. And I feel like no matter what the area here, we're going in that direction and we're getting relief. Okay, it may be in the love area. If you have a partner, you're kind of fending them off for now. I feel like if it's a partner, it's temporary. Okay, so if we're single, we feel like we're being bound by other people's limitations of us, like how other people see us. Okay, well, I have to perform within this certain circus, and it's like, no, you can go to any circus you want. You know what I mean? Like taking that energy and blowing it outwards. Okay, I had to calm down here in my own little world. So the Four of Cups is about those, I feel basically is about the energy of those people coming at her and demanding stuff. She's no longer interested or feeling like she has to prove herself, because she's tired and she can't, for one. And for two, she's starting to see that she's just being overtaxed and she just doesn't want no part of it no more. And look at this. And look at her put down that door like nothing. This is 13, the end. The end of being used by people, even though it's up to me to say yes, and I accept these rules, I am no longer interested in doing that for other people's, what's the word? Like they're stealing energy from me, right? I'm no longer interested. I'm going to change that. I'm going to go in a new direction, right? So the 13 is the Death card. So it's an ending of all these. I'm stopping, taking opportunities outside of myself and paying more attention to my own, right? And because of that, I have a lot more love to give outward. Okay, so the Knight of Cups is about taking that energy and throwing it outward, because she does have it, but she's been so drained that she can't even feel like, she doesn't even feel like she wants to share it. That's the sense I'm getting here, which is kind of sad, because a Leo can be quite enlivening and, but I think it's everybody else's ability to think that she can handle it, on top of her saying, yeah, I can handle it. She's now realizing that she can't. So she's disinterested in saying yes anymore. She's putting a stop to any more people coming at her. She's starting to say, no, I can't. I'm busy. And then because of this, we're that's that creation of that different energy coming from the inside. Look at how it's growing, right? Like the tree roots, well, leaves, right? Roots, but it's growing, and it's flourishing. So now she's feeling better about herself. That energy can grow, and then it can go outward in a good way, not in a drained sort of way. I don't think she'd ever go out in anger or that kind of thing, unless provoked, right? But nonetheless, we have love now. We're starting to build up within our own energy field something that we can go outward with because of this change. So this is all good stuff. So the next set of 4 here. I don't want to go too fast. Okay, we get the World card. Now we're starting to dip into energies here. The World card is about completions. Feeling like you're on top of the world, right? And that's the thing. This Leo female's been doing everything for everybody but herself. And now that she's starting to tune out of everybody else and tune into herself, she's feeling better. She's noticing this difference. Whoa, look at the energy I got. Holy cow. I didn't know that this was sucking me dry, right? That's really what's going on here. She's feeling that energy coming out of her and didn't really know at a certain time there. She couldn't pinpoint it. What the hell? Like, she knew she was overworked and overrun, but that's the way it is, right? But something come across her. She's realizing, yeah, I can't do this anymore. I don't have it in me. And now look at all the energy that's coming back. So this is something that's going to stay long term. This no stuff. It's a complete sentence, they say, right? Don't have to explain. You just know. I'm busy, whatever. But that's the thing. You have to give an excuse. No, you don't. No, I can't do it. Boom. Go to someone else, right? Because there's always options, right? Then the next card we get is the 7 of Wands. And the 7 of Wands is that defending yourself against others, right? Having to, well, look at her. She's in that pose. She's got a barrier behind her, and then she's got the wand in front of her ready to bat somebody off. They come forward. So she's going to work hard to keep up that boundary so that she has all that energy on reserve for herself. She's realized the mistake she's done here or had in accepting. So now it's a point she knows people are going to start coming forth here, and she's just going to stand her ground. She's not running and charging, but she's going to be there to say nope gracefully when they come by. No, I can't. I don't have time. And instead of squishing everything into one moment here, where I got 10 minutes for a shower before I got to head out and do something for somebody else, she's going to schedule time in for herself, and that is going to be on top of the no, right? That's like no, because I got an appointment with myself, and I ain't giving that up. Then the next card we have is the Magician, and that is all that power that she's going to have when she takes a stand and she says no. People are going to listen, and they're going to feel that. No, she can't. Okay. No problem. It'll be like understood. So in a sense, I think it'll be a lot less work than the Leo female is thinking that it might have been. I don't think she's really, at this point, she doesn't care because she knows priority is me, and I have to deal with that. But nonetheless, it's going to go smoothly, I think, when she does start getting word out. And once word gets out, man, that's it. I don't have time anymore. And people are going, maybe even some of them are coming up, I was wondering how you get all this stuff done and and have time for yourself. She's going to say, I didn't. So now I'm making time. Good for you, Sort of like that kind of a conversation. It's like that. So people are going to be backing her and feeling her sense of power and her sense of needing that time and understanding, because they see how hard she works. She's not, Leos are out all over the place. They know they're mover and shaker, right? So it's understood. So the Magician is just, she has all the tools she needs to stand her ground. She's going to use that power forward, and people are going to listen and respect it. More could you ask for, right? So the next Knight of Wands. Okay, here's where the trouble comes in, I think. Well, maybe not. The Knight of Wands is a fire sign. So that's someone in her life that is maybe begging and pleading at this point for her attention because she's suddenly off. Okay. So that may be a symbol of that. I always say the Knight of Wands here this night is kind of, he's mixed up because he's off his horse. So you don't know where he's going. His horse is pointing, but he's on his knit. What the heck's going on? So this guy's a little confused. He doesn't think in the long term. He's full of passion and he's wanting to, kneel down in front of someone, but I don't know that he's got all his puzzle pieces arranged here so he knows what he's doing. And so, but he's looking at the Magician here, and I feel like it's a sense of, I will obey my partner. If we're in a partnered relationship here, we may be just, standing back while she does her thing. And we know this about her, so we just give her the space. And if you're in a single, then that might be someone coming forward here to get into your energy field now that you've found some comfort and peace in your own life. This may be something that's coming in, okay? Sort of, that's that first row of energies, okay? So what I do is I go horizontal across the rows, and then I'll go vertical, because sometimes there's a lot of stuff that comes out in those vertical cards that doesn't come forth on the horizontal. So as we get into the romance, we get the Eight of Coins. The Eight of Coins is really a great lively card about energies within the relationship. So we have a couple here, or I'm presuming a couple, somebody that's going out and having fun. Now, this could be the single Leo just going out and being her happy self with her renewed energy, okay, going forward. And, whatever. Having fun outward, okay? So a potential of that. And this kind of fun is really the kind of fun, it's like, I haven't laughed this hard. I haven't felt this good. I haven't belly laugh, that kind of stuff. It's really good, grounded, happy energy. Like say, oh, it's happy, no. This is like my cheeks are sore, happy. I can't stop laughing, happy. I peed my pants, I'm so happy. That kind of stuff. Next card. Mind you, I don't pee my pants when I'm happy, so, but some people could. When you're a kid, you do, right? Because you're laughing so hard, and everybody around you like, oh my God, he's tickling me until whatever. So this is kind of that childish energy of connecting to that energy of being so happy, like you don't remember. It's like a childhood happy, but we're adults, so we're keying into this. So it's a rare thing, but it's beautiful. So we have this. Then we have the Queen of Wands. So the Wands is a fire. That's her element, and that's her going, oh, what a day I've had. So I feel like this is really her taking a checkpoint in her life and going, you know what? I don't know why I didn't take more time to myself, because look at how much fun I'm having. I'm taking time and I'm setting it aside for me, and look at the people, like I'm connecting with people more, because I get a sense of her running around with like a chicken with the head cut off, but not connecting, right? We're running around, oh, busy, gotta go, going through the grocery store, then she's in the mailbox, yeah, gotta go, she doesn't have time to talk. And she's off and going. And now she's taking time to settle. She can go in the mailbox, say, how was your day? Good. Oh, I had a bath last night and I used the salts, and I felt so good, she has time to connect. She's making more connections and being rejuvenated by it. And then at the end of the day, she's going, oh man, why didn't I do this sooner? That's the sense I get here. Why didn't I pay more attention to myself? Look at how much I feel so much better, So this is a sense I'm getting from her. And she's single or a couple, and I'm feeling it don't matter. She's just so happy. She don't even need a partner. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling. So here we go. As we carry on, we get the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is about truth telling And it's about clarity and seeing the clarity. And that's really what she's doing at the end of the day. She's seeing all the things that she missed, all those checkpoints she was missing before. It's like, how much of a daze was I in? Such a daze. I didn't even see the opportunities I had to make new friends, And that may be the thing. She's stopping at the grocery store and suddenly she's talking to the lady behind the counter, where before I was like, see you. And then she's grabbing the bill as she's running out the door. But now she's connecting. It's like, oh, you like painting too? I love painting. Why? How come I didn't know this about you? So connecting, but truth telling along the way. So there's a lot about herself, I feel, is being revealed within her own self. Like she's realizing the truths of her own life, and it's all good. It's self-discovery on a high level here for the Leo female. Now, as we move on, we have the Five of Coins. And the Five of Coins in this card, no matter the book meaning, I take it to mean we're going out with our partner and just getting goofy with it. Just being our old selves, going to the bar and sitting in his lap, having fun and laughing, and I don't care who knows or who sees me. I don't feel goofy sitting on my partner's lap. If that makes me happy and I'm laughing, I'm fine. The partner's going like, oh, I think she's had too many. But neither one of them are, we're going to have a good time tonight, and that's it. So this is kind of the sense I'm getting from the Leo female. They're just happy and they don't care who knows it. In fact, they know it, and that's all that matters, and they're going outward and being that spectacle that they kind of are naturally, and they don't care. And that's just kind of a good vibe to be in, because she's happy, and that's all that they want for her. She's finally dipping into that where she hadn't before. I want to cry. She was so bogged down with energy, guys. So I'm feeling that. Look at it. It's not good. But she was bogged right down. Okay, let's get into the sex here. Don't tell me I need a tissue because my Kleenex box is gone. So 7. What are we at here? 7 of Wands. It's not fun being an empath some days. Okay. So the 7 of Wands, we're getting into the partnership here. Okay. So somebody's got a partner, whether you're single and dating single and dating or within a couple. 7 of Wands is that down and dirty. Now, the thing here is there may be, she may have drawn this line, drawn this line on a, on a social level, okay, where she's saying, I need to make time for me. I am making time for me, She's seeing all that clearly. But on the personal life, maybe not quite yet. And there's a boundary here between the sexual side and the intimate side, okay? And this is what we're talking about, the intimate side. The sex side, we're putting ourselves out there when we're really not feeling it. So we have to transfer to that. I'm getting a sense of old school rules here, meaning we accommodate the partner even when we don't feel like it, right? And that's what that card gives off to me. It's kind of got this guy and he's like preying on her, but you don't get to see her. And it seems, I'm sorry, I get a funky vibe from this. It's like, I'm not quite in it, but I'll warm up, that kind of thing, right? So it's lightly. And then depending on the next cards, I go with that. But I have to mention that energy right off the bat. So could be a predatory type energy, but we'll move on. The next card I get is the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups is jealousy. So I think what's going on here is, this is where I'm going to separate it. People in a coupled relationship here, the Leo in a coupled, she's feeling, I feel like through her social life, she's created that boundary, right? She's enlivened herself. And now we got a Knave of Cups here. No matter, it's the jealousy issue. This woman's going outside of the home and getting all this attention. Don't matter if it's from women, men, whatever. She's going out and doing for her own, and he may feel a tinge of jealousy here. Where is she? What is she doing? How come she's never home? And I feel like it's a fairly light energy here. Like we're not, but I feel like this man is taking it out in the bedroom, meaning she's going out and having all this fun socially, and he's feeling the depletion of her energy. Okay, can I put it that way? And then he gets her home, and he's a little more aggressive because he's got to make that time count, because he doesn't, because she's going to be gone if, throughout the day she's gone or whatever. So it's almost like there's a little bit of jealousy. I don't feel it's heavy duty like this guy's freaking out here with a black cat, but nonetheless, there's an essence of jealousy here with her time. It's not his anymore. It's everybody else's, but it's serving her in a better way, and he doesn't see that part yet. Doesn't see the connection there that I got my woman's happy, right? He's not cluing in. He's just feeling the separation from her, and that's what he's reacting from. So he's not quite encompassed the whole situation or seeing from the bigger picture. He's just feeling, I don't have her. So who's got her here? Where is she? What's she doing? That kind of stuff. Confused. Where'd she go? Well, it's supposed to be supper. What's going on? Like, that's what I'm getting. Okay. And then to a degree where he, like when he does have her in the bedroom, then it's like a little overvamped. Okay. He's making up for lost time. And then we get, this is interesting because this is the Knave of Cups. So the Page of Pentacles, right? And it's jealousy and kind of immature emotions here. Like, what about me? Right. And then we get the Knight of Cups, which advances his energy to a little more mature. So we have a sense here, even though the moon is sticking out real high in this thing, we have a sense here he's going to come around to see what's going on here. And the thing is this woman is happy, and, it's because of her social life. She's out and doing things and makes her feel revived. So he's going to put 2 and 2 together. That's eventually going to come back to the bedroom. So he's got to cool it and not be a little overbearing or jealous, right? So he's maturing through that energy nonetheless. Now, the next card, the card that we end on for the sex energy is the Five of Wands. I might have to take a minute here to connect this, because this is the Seven of Wands, right? And we have this preying upon energy, like, stick around. I don't have enough of you here. And then the jealousy, the irritation, I feel is more in descriptive of the partner that's going on. And then, suddenly he's going like, wait a minute. Okay. These are kind of immature emotions. Don't get a hold of yourself. Get a grip, man. And then he matures into the Knight. So he's like, oh, okay. And he's going to start offering it outward instead of trying to grab it and pull it back to his cave, right? He's gonna offer her in a better way where it's more accepting instead of grabbing, and right? This is the partner on the other side. So single or couple, that's the same energy. But we end off on the energy of the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands energy that I take from is that we are in admiration of another partnership. But I feel like in this case, the admiration is from the male looking at his woman and is jealous of her being outside and not with me. Even though, it can be platonic and all of that, just friends and all that, it's still not with him. So there's still a little bit of even though he's matured and realized, yeah, I can't think that way. That's kind of childish or not right? He's still feeling it. He matures enough to say, okay, you know what? I need to kick in here, and I'll just I'll make time, and da-da-da. So he relaxes enough to get back into a good energy, but he's still feeling off, and he's kind of watching her go out and go like, huh, and I'm sitting home. So now he's got to figure out what to do with that energy. Okay. So these are the horizontals, sorry. Now I'm going to start to go vertical, and then we'll chop it up a little more. I kind of go with whatever energy I've been brought, single or couple. And I feel like for the most part here, we're explaining the overall energy of the woman. And I don't feel that really, it don't matter, single or couple, man. She is feeling her power within the universe, not even in a relationship, in or out, doesn't matter. Okay. So now I'm going to take the first card of each pile and then we'll line those up and see what comes out. So the first card of the first was that energy of feeling bound, right? That was the energy she's locking herself out of. It's like, boy, was I putting myself in a position where I didn't have no time, right? The realization, and then the world zoning out, right? Zoning out and taking the bigger picture. That's literally what's going on here. We were trapped and we needed to take ourselves out of that situation or look from a different perspective in order to see. And also, you know, the world is an end of a cycle of being, and I don't want to say that the Leo female is being used, but she did feel like she could help all these people in all these situations, but she realizes now over time, it is not good for her. So it's not like she, you know, she just wore herself down. And I think she takes full responsibility for that. But at the same time, she's realizing, wow, how did I let that get so far away from me that I didn't see it? You know, got so busied up that you didn't see how busy you were and what was going on. So the world is about the completion, because that's the last card of the deck. So we're completing that cycle of feeling like we're used, but yet it was with our own permission. So however you want to put that, right? And then we have the 8 of coins, which is that, you know, look at me changing things and how great I feel now that I've done that. Going into that energy, right? And just a minute here. I'm going to give the last card. So then the last card, well, these are mixed up here. There we go. The last card on the sex side was that energy of being preyed upon. Okay. Now they want me to zone into singles here. Oh, right. Okay. So this here energy was, you know, there was a way we were being viewed by people that we were going outward with. And it may have been because of our behavior outward, we're attracting a certain type of partner, or putting on, I want to say putting on the Ritz, but I think that's putting on for a certain type of character. And I feel like we were bound by that, like a certain type, right? We were schmoozing up to on the single side. And we've realized that that just doesn't fit us anymore. The way that these, even though they're men that we're attracted to, we know what they want, so we perform for them in that way. We put ourselves into the energy that that man expects. And they're going, that doesn't serve me anymore. It's very limiting. It's not really who I am. They're starting to see that they really were kind of putting on a show, and it's not close. Well, maybe close, but it's not where they're coming from anymore. So they want to change that and adapt that. And that's that world. How does the world see me? Not only that, how do I see myself within this world, especially in the dating world, right? So there, I feel like even though we haven't got the Hermit card here, there was a point here where we're tuning back and going, wait a minute. They had to take a checkpoint and look at things like, you know, away for a while. For some, it may be over a 24-hour period where they're just looking and realize it, and boom, they made the, what do you call that? The aha moment, and then they just changed. And some, it could have been a little longer period of time. And no less, they're going out into the world in a different energy, and they're realizing that they were limited by the game that they were playing. And I'm saying game, but I mean, they were putting on a front, almost like a mask for someone else, but they just didn't realize it was a mask till they started turning this whole stuff around with no as a complete sentence, right? No, when they start shutting down areas where everybody's taking up my time, it's almost like the too nice, right? I'm going to accommodate everybody else, and they realize that, and now they're working from that energy. And then the realization, right? Then they're feeling on top of the world. Look at how much energy I got, all of that. It's the same essence. It's just a little bit different focus, right? And going outward with all this energy. And then the 7 of Wands is we might have to put up with a little bit about, how do you say? little bit of frogs before we get the prince, right? So we might have an energy here that we're dipping into that it's just not quite right. But we're going to play it out here. I don't know, maybe in a slow disclosure kind of way, or just playing it out and being honest and true and just kind of on. I feel like there's a sense of honesty wanting to come forward here because they don't have no shame in saying, you know what, I da da da. And I feel like the person coming forward is kind of a clean slate as well. Like there's not too many high expectations in the way of their character, the way they were and the way they are now. Like they don't understand the difference there. So they're just accepting them day by day. So that's the single energy going vertical. So as we take the second card in the pile here, the first card we get, I got to take a drink of water, is the Four of Cups. Yeah, that's about those offers coming forward. And that's, again, a little bit of something that we're not quite into, right? This one here is just rejecting it all together. This one is one that's come in our face. We kind of have to gracefully decline, right? No less, right? Because it's a Leo, so it's going to be, they're going to be popular. So they may have a lot of suitors coming on the single side. And they're realizing, here, I gotta up my game. Because I'm really worth more than this, and I'm accepting kind of stuff below me. So I gotta work with that in the Seven of Wands, and that's that barrier, maintenance on the barrier that we're putting up, right? Yeah, I make darn sure I have enough time for myself, and you don't fit in, buddy. That's kind of the essence of what's going on here. She's making her a priority. I'm lying, hear me roar, that kind of thing. And she's not going to let anything in unless it's up there in gold, you know. And then the Queen of Wands is about that fire energy that she's in. She's still in her element. She's not feeling out of herself at all. In fact, she's feeling more in herself than she's ever felt. And she's going to fight for that, right? She's going to continue with that forward. And then the energy we get here is that we may have some people here that we're talking about the singles here. Just let me grab hold of that energy here. Yeah, okay. So remember again, I said about her being in a circle where there's a lot of, you know, because Leos have a tendency, and even though they're maybe not, how do you say, they may not be, you know, trying to gain all the attention. They just naturally radiate it, okay? And there's naturally people that are attracted to that radiation, and they just come wafting forth, you know? And so I feel like this is a sign of her, like, because she's refusing a lot of suitors, or one at least, right? And then she's putting up her boundary and saying, you know what, I'm busy, you know, right now. I can't deal with, you know, whatever you got, like your invitation for dinner or whatever. And then she's going home and reflecting. And then this is really, I'm getting a sense, it's like there's men around her that are around her. They may not be inclusive, like she's not dating them, but they're getting her attention, and that there's someone there that's jealous of that. Someone there who may be meek on the side and pulling back, but nonetheless seeing her around or being whatever in a situation that they're jealous of. So that's the situation I'm getting. This is a third person out of the mix, and they're jealous of the attention she's getting from another man. And it's a two male thing. Like one man is looking at the other man, talking to her, but not knowing what's going on here, because she's really just laying boundaries down and not really taking any time exceptionally, but for herself. So that is the scenario I see for the singles. And the couples, again, it's pretty much the same thing. Just take the partner into account here. It's not a third person. It's partners, kind of, you know, got his nose out of joint there, but he's learning. He's mature enough to sift through it a bit before he blows out on the partner and says, you know, what are you doing? You know, he's mature enough to go through, you know, he's going to Google it in his little mind computer and he's going to get to the bottom. But it's going to take some time because he's just feeling off about it. All the attention she's getting, and it's not him that's giving it to her. So he's really going to have to learn to step up and, you know, get in the dance, get in the game here. So that's the second level energies that we're coming across. So as we go into level number 3 here, we get 13. And that's the death, right? The ending of people pulling at my strings here too much. I'm going to put my boundaries down, and I'm not even close to getting regret from that, feeling overjoyed from that. So that's the ending of accommodating everybody else before myself. Okay. Then the magician is coming out with and what power it brings, right? That's the power that she's gaining, that she always had, by the way, but she let other people take away from her because she drained herself, that she got none left. She goes home, flops on the bed, wakes up, and runs to the shower, and away she goes. That's her day. She flops on the bed at night and runs out the door in the morning. So the magician is bringing her energy back, bringing all that stuff back into alignment, so she has it for herself. And then we have the Ace of Swords. And not only that, she's going to start speaking her truth. I feel like, I don't think the Leo female has been lying. Yeah. I don't think she's been lying, but I think she's been on the end where just nobody's ever sat her down to ask her, how you doing? You know, how are things going? You know, she just never had time before. Now she's going to be able to do that and get into more engaging conversations, you know, outward. And then in that, she's going to, you know, spread her truth. Like she's going to say, you know, I didn't realize, blah, blah, blah. And she's going to get out what she needs to say in that way. And it may be to those people that have actually used up that time and not been, you know, but again, she's saying yes. So it's kind of a 50-50 here. But she may be saying it to the people, you know, and it may be a little bit of cutting news there. Like, I just can't anymore. You're going to have to get someone else to take care of that. I can't do it anymore. Blah, blah, blah. So we may get some brutal honesty here about that side of things to the people that, you know, we're in that mode of getting her time. And then we end off that line with the Knight of Cups. And that's that husband, right? Coming in there and being all mature and stuff and offering her love and stuff just so that he can get some of her time. Because he knows he's got to step it up a bit and, you know, not like, where's my supper, but can I run you a bath? That kind of thing. Turning it around, right? Because the energy here. And I mean, no matter the single or the couple, the singles here, there's someone walking in here, you know, on an emotional level. And we're going to be truthful and honest. And we have a lot of power coming forth from our energy. So we have to make sure that I don't even think we were making sure. I think this woman's built to look after her boundaries. And it's more of a natural process to her than anyone else. And then, right, the Ace of Swords is just her being brutally honest with everybody that comes forth from now on. Saying, you know what, I had no time to myself and da-da-da. And people would be like, ooh. But it's the truth. And she's going to say it and people are going to know it. And then, boom, in walks someone that's going to treat her right, or at least know the boundaries, and they're going to stick by it. They're going to watch their step, you know, at first. It'll get easier as time goes on here. But she's really made a turnaround, and she's gained her energy back. And now she actually has time to speak the truth with people other than the alarm clock. And, you know, and the love sector is just going to win from that, right? Because when we get more energy, we have more energy to put in that field. So that's line number 3. So the last line here, we start with the Page of Cups, and that's that love that she has now to give outward in a great grand way, you know, in a gold way, like the lion does. She's going outward, and you know what? She's going to touch, they're showing me little Tinkerbell. She's going to touch everybody in her life with a little more love than she had before, because she's got the energy now. She can do it. And that's what she does. You know, all that. She just, yeah, it's just a complete different world for this Leo female. She is starting to get it. Starting to get it. Comes from me. Why don't I take that into account? You know, she's probably even laughing at herself and going, man, should have done this sooner. Then we have the Knight of Wands. Is he facing? Look at. I love it when it works out. So this is her love going outward. This is her partner going, what do you need, babe? I'll supply it. Guess what? Then it just makes everything groovy in there. And look at it. Then they're out at the pub, the local pub, and they're, you know, she falls into his lap and they're having a great old time there. And everything's getting smoother, right? And that's what she didn't bet on, right? Because she's got all this time to herself. And she's filling up her own cup. So now where does it go? What's the next one next is the coupled guy, right? The partner. He's the next best thing. So then it goes to him. And then they go outward in this love, this new felt love that they got. And it just spreads like wildfire, right? So for the singles, we're just feeling revived because we have the same boundaries. We're going outward. We're filling our cup. The coupled female had to realize this within a relationship. She knew she was in a relationship. She's not like she's going to disregard him, but in a sense, he feels disregarded because she's gone, right? But in a single relationship, we got all this. Now we're built it from the inside out, from our social circles, and then boom, what do we attract? When we fill our own cup, then we attract this dude who wants to give whatever. He's on his knees, off his horse. So he's out of there, like he's feeling whatever she's given off. And then there you go, there's a connection. So either way, coupled or single, we're connecting to the partner and it's getting better. All that energy is coming back. So that's the fun and the frivolity of going out in a social scene, whatever. Like being able to have so much fun that you kind of make an idiot of yourself, but it's all good, clean stuff. And you're just happy and you can't go wrong with that. And then we end with a confusing card with the Five of Wands. So it's interesting what I get now from this vertical slant here, because we've got all this energy in a line, right? She's filling her cup and it's going out to her partner or potential partner for the singles. And they're going out in the social scene, having fun and being goofy and not caring. You know, to a good degree. I mean, they're not making fools of them, complete fools or idiots of themselves, but they're feeling good and they don't care who knows. And then the Five of Wands is about from here, from this line, they're going, that's other people's perspective. Now she's turned it around. Or, you know, it's the energy now. Everybody's looking at them like, oh, I wish I had what they had. Well, Leo female, right? She's bringing it. She's bringing her energy field into her fire energy, and she's being the complete her that she can be, and she's finally making herself a priority and doing that in the best way possible, partner or no, is really what I'm getting. So this is, you know what, so far this is the best reading so far that I've done. Feel really good. Feel like I want to be a Leo female. Nonetheless, I am not. So all that energy, she's just getting into the right prime position she needs to be. It's like the planets are aligned for her. And not only that, she's got a partner that's mature enough that can handle it. They're saying like, oh, they're getting kind of a jar from what's going on here. Nose is a little out of joint. But nonetheless, we're, you know, just kind of, she's happy. So he's mature enough to be happy for her and with her. And then he gets caught up in it. Then they both get caught up in it. And then they both start feeling things to a magical level. There's sparkles in the air, you know, fireflies everywhere. Things are going off. It's good. It's like a revivement, right? In a coupled relationship, if we've been together for a while, it's like a revivement of the couple. And for the singles, it's just going out and having fun, and all of that glow that you're giving off from just being happy is bringing them all in. Like ants, they're marching up to your table. Can I buy you a drink? That kind of thing. you know? So then you have that pick and choose. And I think from now on, the Leo female, she's just really in her element. And they are the king of the jungle, right? So so there you go, Leo. That was spectacular. I think that's probably the best reading I've had in the whole. There was one Leo male that came close, I must say, to this one. But yeah, that's one of the better readings I've had through the whole year and a half or whatever we're working on here. So kudos, because the Leo's in her energy. She's going with the flow, and she's realizing what she needs to get to where she needs to be. And she's just enjoying life at this point to a different degree than she ever thought she could. And it's just from, whoa, looking at myself and paying attention to myself. And look how things have changed. So that's what it's all about, really. That's what they want you to do, to glitter like gold, right? And there she is. Okay. So that is, now I will take the rest here. We'll go back to the general energies and wrap it up. So the first card I got from the Leo female was that peace, right? So gaining that peace and energy and calm from the fact that she's realized what she's done wrong here, and she's changing it, and everything's working out, right? So peace with where she's going, or, you know, she kind of is blown away by where she was. How could I be there and not see? But nonetheless, she's here now, and she's doing what she needs to do and shaking her head going, man, I can't believe I was letting people run the show here, right? Then we have the redemption, and that's really just that kind of that energy I was talking about. Feeling redeemed, because we're looking back and we're going, holy, yeah, I got more time now. I feel better now, and I'm not going to give that up now. So there's that redemption is really stretched to the limbs here with the definition, but feeling redeemed by the fact that she's figured it all out. And not only that, and like that renewed energy as well, right? Renewed, what's the word here? Redemption. Yeah, it's pretty similar, but not the same. But yeah, so feeling redeemed, because I think she's figured it out on her own. She's made her own changes in that way. Nobody had to tell her to do this. She did this internally. And that's something I feel like is running the redemption here, is because I figured this out on my own. Nobody had to tell me, even though when she'll talk to people in the future and she'll go, yeah, I had to put boundaries, that thing about, well, good, it's about time, that kind of thing is still going to happen to her. But she ran the show here. She knew something had to change, so she changed it on her own. And then we come up with the creation card at the end. And that's those leaves are budding, like spring. It's all of it is mixed together. It's like, yeah, we're now going to be having a different foliage here, because I'll tell you, I will not go back to the pine needles that I came from. I'm going full broadleaf foliage, or whatever you want to call it, right? And get into what's the word? Anyway, I'm off. So yeah, we're growing new leaves in a different form, and that is a symbol of us changing into, that energy of who we are and becoming more of who we are by laying our boundaries. And that's really, there's a lot of other signs that need to do that, and as graceful and finessed like way that the Leo did. It's dramatic and bold and holy. It's like one day to the next, it's different, but it's natural for that Leo energy to tap into that, because that's what they're made of, right? So that is the Leo female for this summer of 2018. So hopefully that helps you. I mean, I don't think she needs any help really from me. I think she's got it all figured out. And now she's going to just live in the world with the energy that she was built to live with. She's just seen it for the first time, feeling it for the first time. So now we're going to really see her shine. So the summer, it's all hers, man. She's got it monogrammed in gold. That's mine. And I'm taking my energy forward, and nobody's going to, you know, tell me different. And if they do, then I will just sit them down and I will say, no. And that is that. And they will understand, and life goes on. Very graceful. Even though it's dramatic, it's still graceful the way the Leo pulls it off. So if you have a Leo in your life, just watch the show because it's interesting. See how she makes things work very quickly and dramatically, but nonetheless, super duper change, superwoman, but in a different degree, right? For herself now, not for everybody else. And even though we'd like to be there for everybody else, they'll make accommodations. They'll figure it out. She needs her power back, and she's taking it, and that's all good. So Leos, again, I'd love to just sit here in that energy and move forward, but I can't. So that is the Leo female for the summer of 2018. So take it easy. I'm going to take a little break here, get some water, and then I will be back with the Leo male. So take care. Have fun. I gotta find my exit button. And yeah, roar like the lion that you are. It's all gold. You're golden.